Welcome to Biz Dev Live. I'm so excited to be with you today. One of the exciting things about making progress is when you get a little bit closer to your goals, you start understanding, wow, I did that. When you finish a goal, the feeling of accomplishment. And one of the most frustrating things that I've found in life is having a long term goal and getting to the end of a day or the end of several days or the end of several weeks and coming to the realization that I'm not really making progress towards that goal. And then looking back, you start saying, man, I'm not making progress towards that goal. Why? That's what today's show is all about. This is Biz Dev Live. My name is Cameron Toth, coming to you live every day at 11 a.m. Eastern. So excited to talk to you. Please let me know what your comments, suggestions, questions are around making sure that you're making your long-term goals a reality. Today, we'll be talking about how just a little bit of progress can make you feel good at the end of the day, but it can also get your long-term goals completed. Stick with me.
Biz Dev Live, weekdays at 11 Eastern Time. Biz Dev Live, weekdays at 11 Eastern Time. Biz D with C, brought to you by Cameron T. Biz D with C, brought to you by Cameron T. This is business development, not even selling it. This is intelligent. If you watch it, I promise you benefit. Leadership and motivation, empathy and inspiration. Leadership and motivation, empathy and inspiration. Biz Dev Live, weekdays at 11 Eastern Time. Biz Dev Live, weekdays at 11 Eastern Time. Biz D with C, brought to you by Cameron T. Biz D with C, brought to you by Cameron T.
If you have not subscribed to the YouTube channel, that is how I am making daily progress. Make sure you go over there to YouTube, search in Cameron Toth, search in BizDev Live. You'll find the videos, you'll find the channel. Hit that subscribe button, hit like on the video wherever you're viewing in from, LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. Thank you so much for watching the show today. So, how do you make progress towards your long-term goals? Making sure that you put a piece of that long-term goal, something that you need to do towards that long-term goal on your calendar every single day. Are you keeping some of those long-term goals front of mind? Maybe you want to buy a house. Maybe you want to buy a car. Maybe you want to start a business. Maybe you want to hit a certain achievement in terms of revenue. Maybe you want to hit a certain goal in terms of body aesthetic. What are you doing today? What are you doing tomorrow? How are you putting that on your calendar so that you can accomplish some of those long-term goals so you don't feel like you're spinning your wheels? I'm going to share this here. When you're mapping out your schedule, and I also want to put a word to the wise that while we're concerned and we're looking at your long-term goals, also think about things that in terms of daily progress in a positive way, daily progress in a negative way. So what are you eating? What are you putting into your body? But as you design this schedule, right, looking at the hours of the day, sleep is a big deal. When are you getting up? When are you doing things, right? So really look at that hour by hour. What are you putting into the day? How are you waking up? How are you making today the best day ever? I love listening to the Robin Hood Snacks Daily, and they say every episode is the best one yet. A T-Boy, T-B-O-Y, T-Boy, the best one yet. This show is the best one yet, right? What am I doing to make this day the best one yet, to make more progress towards my goals? Are you going to have a better day, a better outcome tomorrow because of the planning that you've put in? And it's really important, right? You know, it's a fairly cliche statement, but the simple truth, if you fail to plan, you're planning to fail. How are you building into your schedule, your 5 year plan. What goals do you have? Where do you want to go? And whether that's a better body, a better business, more employees, what are you doing? What time are you putting in? And even small little bits over time can make a difference. Now, another piece of salt I'll add to that is, the I think the US, in terms of like exercise requirements, recommends 30 minutes a day as like a bare minimum of moving around, cardiovascular movement. So if you want to move the needle, especially if you're feeling overweight or you want to have a better body, you're probably going to need to do a little bit more than that. So doing some of that smart thinking on your goals, right? Things that are measurable, things that actually make sense so that you can move the needle and get where you want to go. In terms of your planning, you're going to want to make sure, okay, if I need to get an hour of cardiovascular movement in because I want to really move the needle, how am I going to put that into my schedule? And then another piece that I think is really important is the only way that we're going to make these things habits, right? So we talk about the negative habits, maybe not going to sleep on time, not getting enough sleep in your day, not doing the things that you need to do in order to have the right positive brain energy, because we can feel funky at the end of the day, especially when we've been feeding ourselves negative criticism, negative feedback, eating kind of foods that don't make us feel wonderful. The end of that day can feel horrible. And then we're watching Netflix videos and staying up too late. And then the next day is crappy because we didn't feel great yesterday and we did these things to sort of make ourselves feel better that didn't actually make ourselves feel better. They made and that turns us into a downward cycle. Whereas if we get into a positive cycle of thinking about, these are the things that I want to achieve today. I'm content. I know I can't get exactly where I want to go, but I can put this time in towards that long-term goal. When you get those reps in, those push-ups, if you will, whether it's exercise or whether it's for getting the sales calls in, all of that jazz, if you are able to make that progress, how much better are you going to feel at the end of the day, knowing that you got some of that work towards your long-term goal? So think about, what's your 5 year plan? What's the goals that you want to have accomplished in 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years? And what can you do today to reach that goal? I started this adventure, BizDev Live, all on the idea that I wanted to build a media cachet. I wanted to build a brand. And I knew that it would take time. I knew that it was going to take a commitment. And now, 240 episodes later, talk about SEO, search engine optimization. If you want to find Cameron Toth on YouTube to subscribe, BizDev Live on YouTube to subscribe, it's really easy. All you got to do is type it in and you'll find it. But that didn't come from doing videos for one day or even 1 week or even 1 month. It came from doing it consistently over time. I built it into my schedule. I made a commitment. It doesn't completely run my life. Yes, it is a commitment, but it's not something that feels undoable. I did it in a way that was comfortable for me. And so you got to find the things on your schedule that are comfortable for you. If you want to eat better, James Clear talks about in Atomic Habits, putting the healthy food out in front of you to make it easy, to make it pleasurable, to make it easy, right? If all the junk food is out on the shelf and visible to you and the fruit is in the refrigerator tucked away in a cabinet, what is your mind going to go to first? Make the things easy for you. So what are you putting on your schedule today to make sure that you can make progress towards your long-term goals? I highly recommend getting a set bedtime so that you are going to sleep, getting the sleep so that daily your positive mental health is good. If you lose sleep one night, if you've slept great the rest of the week, it's not going to affect you much. But if you're erratic and then you got a bad day, that can really set a downward cycle, causing you to get sick, then have further challenges. Now you're sick, you don't feel like working out. And we've all been in these cycles of downward, like one thing leads to another, domino falls. So what I am encouraging you today is set up your dominoes to, like some of those domino videos, do some really cool things with your daily progress, one domino after another planned into your schedule, so that those days leading up in the next 5 years really give you many, many options and many, many goals achieved, hit, and even surpassed as you 2x, 3x, 5x, and 10x your long-term results. I hope this was helpful. Love your comments. Love your questions. Please share this with somebody that you know that it might help. Get your goals on your calendar, your priorities on the calendar, and make sure that you're getting some daily progress in. My name is Cameron Toth, host of Biz Dev Live. I will see you on Monday. Have an amazing weekend. And if you're viewing this on another day, make today the best one yet, and tomorrow absolutely amazing as well. And Anne-Marie, good morning, Anne-Marie from Fidelis Care. Nice to see you. Thank you for tuning in, and I will see you soon.
Biz Dev Live, weekdays at 11 Eastern Time. Biz Dev Live, weekdays at 11 Eastern Time. Biz D with C, brought to you by Cameron T. Biz D with C, brought to you by Cameron T. This is business development, not even selling it. This is intelligent. If you watch it, I promise you benefit. Leadership and motivation, empathy and inspiration. Leadership and motivation, empathy and inspiration. Biz Dev Live, weekdays at 11 Eastern Time. Biz Dev Live, weekdays at 11 Eastern Time. Biz D with C, brought to you by Cameron T. Biz D with C, brought to you by Cameron T.